A 13-year-old Kentucky boy drowned in the Gulf of Mexico while visiting the beach in Destin, Florida on Friday. According to the Herald Leader, Silen Freeman was a 7th grade student at Fulton County Middle School. The Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office says several juveniles were struggling in the water about 65 yards offshore when surfers caught sight of them and helped to rescue them, but one of the swimmers could not be found. After a search, the child was later recovered from the water by the Sheriff's Department's Marine Unit. A balloon release was held today around 3 o'clock in Hickman before the city's egg hunt on Sunday. The organizers say that Silen really liked the colors blue and black, so attendees released those balloons in those colors for him.